When I started trying to build muscle in 2003, I was 6 feet tall and 137 pounds. There was no YouTube back then, so I spent a lot of time reading articles, online forums, or anything else I could find. It got me started and introduced me to the basics of weight training, but the massive amount of misinformation also built a lot of false truths into my head that ended up costing me years of time in building the lean, muscular body that I was looking for. It's only now, after I built more than 45 pounds of muscle and eventually got certified as a personal trainer, that I realize how much time and money I wasted in the process. In this video, I'm gonna tell you the 4 things I wish I knew before I built 45 pounds of muscle, so you can focus on the things that matter in building muscle and avoid the things that don't. The number 4 thing I wish I knew before building 45 pounds of muscle is that bulking and cutting is a waste of time. When I first started researching how to build muscle, it became clear to me very quickly that I'm an ectomorph due to this skinny bone structure that I have. So I immediately convinced myself that I was also a hard gainer. And everything I read online told me that hard gainers have to eat 4,000, 5,000, some ridiculous amount of calories in order to build muscle. And that hard gainers need to bulk and just eat all these calories and not worry about getting fat. So that's what I did. And I got really, really fat. Because bulking and cutting is just an inefficient way to build muscle. Because if you're human, you have some amount of calories that you burn every day. And this varies from person to person, but it depends on things like your height, your lean muscle mass, what type of work you do, or just how active you are overall. But you just need to find that amount of calories that you burn every day and then create a calorie surplus of about 250 to 350 calories per day. That surplus, combined with your intense workouts, will give your body everything it needs to build muscle. Any calories that you eat above that amount of calories that you burn, plus that calorie surplus, will be stored as fat. So just eating some random amount of calories because you're an ectomorph, or because you're calling yourself a hard gainer, is just wasting your time. Because even if you manage to build muscle, you'll still have to burn off all that fat before you'll be lean enough to actually see it. Save yourself the time. Go a little bit slower and optimize your calorie intake. It'll save you months or even years of time in building that lean and muscular body. The number 3 thing that I wish I knew before building 45 pounds of muscle is that the protein lie is real. So protein is ripe for misinformation because it's a fact that protein builds muscle. And so it's logical to think that more protein builds more muscle. And since you can also burn protein as energy, and it won't immediately harm you if you eat too much, there are a lot of people and companies that are selling you way more protein than you need. Where it does harm you is in your workouts, because this obsession with protein has come at the expense of carbohydrate, which is the premium fuel that your body needs in order to drive your intense workouts that'll give your body the stress that it needs to grow. If you track what you're eating every day, you'll probably find very quickly that you're eating way more protein than your body can use to build muscle. Research has shown that this is around 1.7 grams per kilogram of body weight. And that's about 0.8 grams per pound of body weight. And it's okay if you get 2 or even 2.5 grams per kilogram of body weight every day. But so many guys are buying protein supplements and getting 3.5, 4, or even more grams per kilogram of body weight, and that's just way too much. If you're eating the right amount of calories every day, then overconsumption of protein means underconsumption of carbohydrate. And this is one of those hidden reasons why so many guys aren't building muscle. The number 2 thing that I wish I knew before building 45 pounds of muscle is that nutrition is way more important than your workouts. Now, I'm not gonna say that workouts don't matter, but nutrition matters a lot more. When I first started working out, I spent hours and hours reading about all kinds of different exercises for every body part. And then I'd spend even more time planning each workout. I thought there was some perfect workout that I had to do. And if I didn't do that perfect workout with the perfect exercises in the perfect order, then I wouldn't gain muscle. What I didn't realize was that your workouts only stimulate your muscles to grow. And then your body recognizes this unusual stress that you put on it and responds by building muscle when you're not at the gym. But if you don't give your body the right kind and amount of food, then it won't have the raw materials that it needs to build that new muscle. Not eating enough calories is the number 1 reason I see why guys don't build muscle. Nowadays, I spend like 95% of my time getting my nutrition right, and about 5% of my time thinking about my workout. Proper nutrition is your path to lean muscle gains. Learn it, embrace it, and watch your muscles grow. And the number one thing I wish I knew before building 45 pounds of muscle is that beginner, intermediate, and advanced lifters are different. The internet is loaded with all kinds of exotic exercises and workout routines that might be entertaining to watch, but really do nothing to help you build muscle as a beginner. The problem is that all these websites and fitness channels treat everybody the same, when in reality, the process is much different for you as a beginner. I didn't realize that simplicity is the key to beginner workouts, because as a beginner, you're starting from scratch. So you don't need all these complex exercises and programs because your body will respond very well to those 6 or 7 compound exercises, like the squat, deadlift, bench press, and row. And this is exactly why I created this channel, to tell you that as a beginner, you have a huge advantage when it comes to building muscle. So cut through all that noise, put it aside, and realize that simple workouts and proper nutrition are all you need to build muscle. So there you have it. 4 things I wish I knew before I gained 45 pounds of muscle. If I had known these things, it would have saved me a ton of time, money, and frustration, and gotten me to that lean muscular body that I wanted much faster. If you found this video helpful, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications. I'm gonna make more videos to help you maximize your beginner advantage to build muscle faster. See you next time.